Hello, dear students. Myself Jamil Ahmed, Assistant Professor, Indra College of Pharmacy. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on pharmacognosy and pharmaceuticals. Dear students, previously I have discussed with you about what is meant by pharmacognosy, what is meant by phytopharmaceuticals, and I have discussed the history of pharmacognosy. Now, today, I want to continue the topic second in that scope of pharmacognosy. What is meant by scope of pharmacognosy? Dear student, pharmacognosy has broad scope in the field of pharmacy. You know the meaning of crude drugs? Crude drugs of natural origin that is obtained from plants, animals and mineral sources, and their active chemical constituents are the core subject matter of pharmacognosy. These are also used for the treatment of various diseases. Besides being used in cosmetic, textile and food industries also. Dear student, during the first half of the 19th century, apothecaries stocked the crude drugs for the preparation of herbal tea, mixtures, all kind of tinctures, extracts and juices, which in turn were employed in preparing medicinal drops, syrups, infusions, ointments, liniments, etc. In the second half of the 19th century, brought it with a number of important discoveries in the newly developing fields of chemistry and witnessed the rapid progress of this science. Medicinal plants became one of its major objects of interest, and in time, phytochemists succeeded in isolating the pure active constituents. What is meant by active constituent? I have discussed earlier lecture. These active constituents replaced the crude drugs. What is crude drugs? I have discussed in earlier lecture. With the development of semi-synthetic and synthetic medicine, they became predominant and gradually pushed the herbal drugs, which had formerly been used, into the background. It was a belief that the medicinal plants are of no importance and can be replaced by man-made synthetic drugs, which in today's scenario is no longer tenable. The drug plants, which were rapidly falling into disuse a century ago, and are regaining their rightful place in medicine. Today, applied science of pharmacognosy has a far better knowledge of the active constituents and their prominent therapeutic activity on the human beings. The The development of modern pharmacognosy took place later during the period 1934 to 1960 by simultaneous application of discipline like organic chemistry, biochemistry, biosynthesis, pharmacology, and modern methods and techniques of analytical chemistry, including paper chromatography, thin layer and gas chromatography, and spectrophotometry. The substance from the plants were isolated, their structures elucidated, and pharmacological active constituents studied. The development was mainly due to the following. Number one, isolation of penicillin in 1928. Dear students, keep in mind, isolation of penicillin was in 1928 by William Fleming, and large scale production in 1941 by Florey and Chen. Then after, isolation of reserpine from Rauwolfia roots and confirming its phytoconstituents. Then after, isolation of vinca alkaloids, especially vincristine and vinblastine. Vincristine was found useful in the treatment of leukemia. These alkaloids also have anti-cancer properties. Steroid hormones like progesterone were isolated by partial synthesis from diosgenin and other steroid saponins by Marker's method. Cortisone and hydrocortisone are obtained from progesterone by chemical and microbial reactions. Dear student, this period can also be termed antibiotic age, as beside penicillin, active antibiotics like streptomycin, chloramphenicol, tetracycline, and several hundred antibiotics have been isolated and studied extensively. Some of the important aspects of the natural products that led to the modern development of drugs and pharmaceuticals. Isolation of phytochemicals. Strong acting substances, glycosides which were isolated from digitalis leaves. And in alkaloidal category, belladonna plants, hyoscyamus, Rauwolfia, which comes under alkaloids. Morphine and other alkaloids from the plant, opium were isolated and clinical uses studied. Dear student, then we have to continue the scope, the structure-activity relationship. Tubocurarine and toxiferin from curare, which have muscles relaxant properties because of quaternary ammonium groups. In that structure contains, if you see the structure of tubocurarine and toxiferin that have a quaternary ammonium groups, which shows this activity. The hypotensive and tranquilizing actions of reserpine are attributed to the trimethoxybenzoic acid, which is considered essential. Mescaline and psilocybin have psychoactive properties. Presence of a lactone ring is essential for the action of cardiac glycosides. See, what I am saying is that the structure-activity relationship. If the structural it is similar, it shows the actions similarity. Then the drugs obtained by partial synthesis of natural products. Drugs obtained by partial synthesis of natural products. Oxytocin. Oxytocic activity of methyl argometrine is more than that of argometrine, which isolated from ergot alkaloid. In ergotamine, by 9:10 hydrogenation, oxytocic activity is suppressed and spasmolytic activity increases. We have already referred to the preparation of steroid hormones from diazegenin by acetylysis and oxidation and further preparation of cortisone by microbial reactions. Steroid hormones and their semi-synthetic analogs represent a multi-million dollar industry in the United States. Dear student, this is the scope of pharmacognosy. Then natural products as models for synthetic of new drugs. Morphine. We take the example of morphine. Morphine is the model of a large group of potent analgesics. We know that morphine is a narcotic analgesic drug. Cocaine. Cocaine is a well-known drug for its local anesthetic action. And same thing, atropine for certain spasmolytics property. Dicomerol for anticoagulants, and salicylene for salicylic acid derivatives with, dear students, without model substances from plants, a large number of synthetics would have been missed. Yes. Scope. Now, the drugs of direct therapeutic uses. Among the natural constituents which even now cannot be replaced and are important groups of antibiotics, steroids, ergot alkaloids, and certain anti-tumor and certain anti-tumors. Dear students, further, drugs as digitoxin, strophanthus glycosides, morphine, atropine, and several others are known since long and have survived their latter day synthetic analogs. Now, come to the scope. Next, biosynthetic pathways investigation. Dear students, biosynthetic pathways are of primary and secondary metabolites. Some of the important pathways are like Calvin's cycle of photosynthesis, shikimic acid pathway of aromatic compounds, acetate hypothesis for anthracene glycosides, and isoprenoid hypothesis for terpenes, and steroids via acetate, mevalonic acid, isopentyl, pyrophosphate, and squalene. These are the biosynthetic pathway which undergone in a plant and animals. Dear student, we know that in biochemistry you have learned the various metabolic cycles are there which forwarded by their enzymatic reaction. Same thing is like this happens in plants also. In plants, primary metabolites which generates the secondary metabolites. So here the different pathways which I have discussed. Next one, Cultivation and collection of medicinal plants. Dear students, cultivation is an important how to cultivate the plants to get the more phytoconstituent from it. How to collect, what should be the collection procedure to get the more phytoconstituents, more active constituent which fight the diseases. Like some examples here: clove, cinchona, cinnamon, senna, opium are the some crude drugs from which various phytoconstituents we can isolate. Next one, preparation of herbal formulations. From herbal phytoconstituent, herbal formulations, we can formulate various Ayurvedic products like churnas, asavas, aristas, lehas. These are the some examples of marketed medicinal herbal preparations which are available nowadays also. Next, pharmaceutical aids. Dear students, what is meant by pharmaceutical aids? Some of the natural products obtained from plants and animals are used as a pharmaceutical aids. Pharmaceutical aids are nothing but the preparations or product or constituents or substances which are used in the pharmaceutical preparations. They may or may not be therapeutic activity. They show or not be show of pharmaceutical activity. Like for example, acacia, tragacanth, guar gum, isabgol. These are the gums, acacia, tragacanth, which are used as a binding agents, binding, suspending and emulsifying agents in the pharmaceutical preparations. Guar gum is used as a thickening agent and also it is used as a binder and a disintegrating agent in the tablet. For the manufacturing of tablet, guar gum is used as a binder or disintegrating agents. Sterculia and tragacanth, because of their swelling property, are used as bulk laxative. Then, dear student, mucilage containing drugs like isabgol and linseed, which are used as demulcents or as soothing agents and also act as a bulk laxative. Starch is also one of the example. Starch is used as a disintegrating agent in the manufacture of tablets, and because of its demulcent and absorbent properties, it's used in dusting powders also. Sodium alginate is used as an establishing, thickening, emulsifying, deflocculating, gelling and filming agents. Many carbohydrate containing drugs like glucose, sucrose and honey are used as sweetening agents and as laxative by osmosis. These are the pharmaceutical aids. Aids means helping drugs, which are help to the manufacture of pharmaceutical formulations. Where it comes? It comes from herbal drugs. This is the scope of pharmacognosy. See here what pharmacognosy gives, how it helps to the formulated product formulations in formulation category. Then nowadays, development of tissue culture plants. Dear students, have you heard biotechnology field? Plant tissue culture techniques. This comes under plant tissue culture techniques. These are the newly cultured techniques are there. suspension culture, callus cultures comes under this. Next one, the newly detected plant drugs are converting into medicine as purified phytopharmaceuticals, phytochemicals. Dear student, pharmacognosy is essential for the evaluation of new medicines because crude drugs are used for the preparation of galenicals, means formulations, or as a source of therapeutically active metabolites. In short, pharmacognosy is an important link between pharmaceuticals and basic science as well as Ayurvedic and allopathic system of medicines also. If you see in other way, the complete knowledge of pharmacognosy will help in the recent trends, that is in industries, in manufacturers. There are so many have a research tools to investigate on new drugs, to investigate a new drug delivery system, and all the departments of pharmaceuticals, and one can improve the healthcare facilities across the world. This is the beauty of our pharmacognosy field. Lastly, crude drugs and their products are of economical importance and profitable commercial products. When these were collected from wild sources, the amount collected could only be small and the price commanded was high. All these has now changed. Many of the industrially important species which produced equally large economical profits and cultivated for large scale crop production. Dear student, keep in mind, drug plants, standardized extracts and the therapeutically active pure constituents which have become a significant market commodity in the international trade also. So see here, the scope of pharmacognosy seems to be enormous in the field of medicine. Bulk drugs, food supplements, pharmaceutical necessities, pesticides, dyes, tissue culture, biotechnology, engineering and so on. Scope for doctoral graduates in pharmacognosy is going to increase in the coming years. The pharmacognosist would serve in various aspects. Dear student, pharmacognosist is like me, serve in academics, teaching in colleges, universities, museums and botanical gardens. The scope, what I am saying is that scope of pharmacognosy. Scope of pharmacognosy in the field of academics. You can teach in colleges, in universities, you have jobs in museums also, you have jobs in botanical gardens also. For private industries, in pharmaceutical companies, consumer product testing laboratories, you can serve as a testing in laboratories. And private commercial testing laboratories also is there. The herbal products industry is also there. The cosmetics and perfume industries is there. See here the scope of pharmacognosy. Not only this, the scope in government also. Placement in federal agencies such as the Drug Enforcement Agency, the Food and Drug Administration, the US Department of Agriculture, medicinal plant research laboratories, state agencies like forensic laboratories, environmental laboratories, etc. Undoubtedly, the plant kingdom still holds large number of species with medicinal value which have yet to be discovered. Dear students, there is lots of plants were screened for their pharmacological values like hypoglycemic, hepatoprotective, hypotensive, anti-inflammatory, anti-fertility. Pharmacognosis with a multidisciplinary background are able to make valuable contributions in the field of phytomedicines. Future pharmacognosy. Future of pharmacognosy. What is the future of pharmacognosy? Dear students, medicinal plants are of great value in the field of treatment and cure of disease. Over the years, scientific research has expanded our knowledge of the chemical effects and composition of the active constituents which determine the medicinal properties of the plants. Dear student, it has now been universally accepted the fact that the plant drugs and remedies are far safer than that of synthetic medicines for curing the complex diseases like cancer and AIDS. Enormous number of alkaloids, glycosides and antibiotics have been isolated, identified and used as curative agents. Yes, the modern developments in the instrumental techniques for analysis and chromatographical methodologies have added numerous complex and rare natural products. To mention a few, artemisinin as anti-malarial, Taxol as anti-cancer, forskolin as anti-hypertensive, rutin as vitamin P and capillary permeability factor, and piperine as bioavailability enhancer are the recent developments. Dear students, my dear students, keep in mind, please understand, natural products have also been used as drug substitutes for the semi-synthesis of many potent drugs like ergotamine for dihydroergotamine in the treatment of migraine, podophylotoxin for etoposide, a potent anti-neoplastic drug, or solasodine and diazoxanine that serve for the synthetic steroidal hormones are the first line examples of the recent days. In the Western world, as the people are becoming aware of the potency and side effects of synthetic drugs, there is an increasing interest in the plant-based remedies with a basic approach towards the nature. Dear student, the future developments of pharmacognosy as well as herbal drug industry would be largely dependent upon the reliable methodologies for identification of marker compounds of the extracts and also upon the standardization and quality control of these extracts. Little more needs to be said about the present day importance of medicinal plants, for it will be apparent from the foregoing that the plant themselves, either in the form of crude drugs or even more important for the medicinally active materials isolated from them, which have been and always will be an important aid to the physician in the treatment of diseases. Dear students, so thank you very much. Keep in mind for the scope of pharmacognosy and do study. Thank you very much.